We're going to talk about the karate punch. Fist, punch. I'm going to show you correct way of holding the fist, where to hit on your fist, and then the alignment, and then kind of everything will kind of mesh in, and then a couple techniques of a correct punch. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. All right, you're probably wondering why Bob is so tall today, but I'll get into that here in a second. So let's start off with the proper fist, how to make a proper fist. Okay, so I'm going to have you guys do this along with me. I'm going to show you, or I'm going to have you demonstrate your normal fist. So go ahead and just make a fist however you, would make a fist. And go ahead and then look at it, squeeze tight, whatever. Okay, and now what I want you to do is open hands. Okay, so both hands, and then what you're going to do is, first off, you're going to curl your fingers, just your fingers, down from the finger pad to the bottom of the finger pads here. Okay, these finger pads right here, go ahead and just touch those right there. Okay, just your thumb's kind of hanging out right now. We're not going to worry about that. Okay, both hands. And now what we're going to do is now go ahead and turn or crunch your fists, your fingers all the way down so they hit the palm of your hand. And then with your thumb, you're going to turn that in front of the index finger and middle finger, and then just get it crunched right down in there, and that's our fist right there. Okay, now if you guys can feel this, and I hope you guys can, just feel the tightness without even hardly squeezing. I'm feeling that right now. Like, this is a proper fist. I don't have to squeeze that hard. What happens is we're kind of making our hand into an elbow or a heel, something that is solid. All your tendons are working together, your bones are working together, and it makes a tight. I mean, you could hammer fist with this, punch. I don't even know what this punch, or yeah, this punch would be. I know it has it, but yeah, every kind of vertical punch, hammer fist down, like everything. This is the proper fists that you should have as your sparring, hitting bags, board breaks, everything like that. Now we're going to go into the proper point of contact. Okay, so proper contact is the first two knuckles. Okay, your index knuckle and your middle knuckle. These are your two biggest knuckles, and it should be on both hands. Two biggest knuckles, and then this is where you're going to be hitting with on your target, whatever that would be. Okay, so. And then what you can do is just try that. Just go ahead and, hit your palm of your hand like this, and just feel that. And that should feel pretty good. There shouldn't be any sort of, you're hitting your fingers. Okay, here's the proper, or here's the point that I want to get to, is make sure that you stay away from your fingers down here. Okay, so what that means is you might have to kind of torque your wrist a tiny bit. Okay, I did talk about this briefly in a recent video. I'm going to break it down a bit more for you guys here. Okay, so you want to make sure that these knuckles, that you don't, that these knuckles aren't going to be the point of the spear. You want to make sure that it's these two knuckles right here. So your wrist has to kind of come into play a little bit. Okay, now why I have Bob up here this high is, I'm going to show you this. Now, the higher your punches go, the more that these two fingers are going to be leading it. Okay, so the higher you go, the more your wrist has to start bending down. Okay, now you can hit the chin because there's nothing, you know, underneath his chin, but what's in front, and you know, if I try to hit his nose, okay, my fingers are hitting his chin first. Okay, the points that we don't want. So I say, if you're getting somebody this tall, I would just say move your punches down. Okay, there's nothing wrong with body punches um, with a self-defense situation as well. Okay, so I would stay away from the head if all possible, and I would just crunch down, bam, 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 and just hit. Um, just work that body. Okay, smaller guys, once they get within that, within that circle and get tight, I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff you can do. Bam! I mean, you can hit your elbows, all kinds of stuff. With once you get into that nice tight space in your, getting that smaller. If you are taller, coming down, there's, I wouldn't, that's okay. I mean, proper hitting. So the lower you go, the better it is. But what you kind of want to do is keep your punches about where your height is. Okay, your head is probably going to be the tallest I would ever go with a punch, and even then you might have to work the wrist a tiny bit, but make sure that wrist is nice and strong and you condition that wrist, because if you don't, and you come here, all that pressure is going to go right to your wrist, and then you're gonna have problems with the wrist, really bad problems, and we want to stay away from that. So how to correct that is make sure the wrist is nice and straight along with your fist, and then we go all the way down, and to make the most powerful punch necessary is keeping our elbow even with our punch. Okay, so we don't want to start punching this way and have our elbow down, because that eliminates power. Okay, we want to bring elbow up. So when you're here, okay, you do a jab, and then your cross should be here. Okay, it shouldn't be jab, cross, jab, cross. Your elbow needs to be up, wrist needs to be straight, and then those knuckles need to be the point of contact. Okay, now our knuckles, we do need to condition these. These are a point. Unlike the palm, the heel, the ball of our toes, the elbows, those don't take so much conditioning, because we have the muscle to protect them. And we're not even hitting with the elbow on board breaks and most strikes. We're hitting that nice muscle part right below the elbow. With the punch, this is the only one that I know of that it's going to be knuckles. So we have to really condition these knuckles if we want to have a good punch in the martial arts. If you're a boxer, don't worry about it. You're already taped up. Wrists are already good. So, I'm sure you guys do a couple barehanded punches with, speed bag, wave master, whatever it is. So you guys probably do condition them up a bit, but for my martial artists, okay, we have to condition these knuckles so they don't split on us, and you are going to have some calluses if you're going to be a true martial artist. If you're going to be a competition martial artist with the the flashy nunchucks and the flashy bow, then don't have to worry about it. You're more on the performance side of martial arts than the practicality of the martial arts. But practicality, you want to be a good strong martial artist. Get them knuckles nice and conditioned up. Okay. All right. Okay. So now, if you're going to do an uppercut, this is pretty easy. Okay. Because all you got to do is just drop the elbow down, and it pretty much is in line with your knuckle. So that's pretty. That'll be okay. Boom. Right. Hook is the only thing that you're going to have to probably work on a little bit. Make sure that elbow is up. Make sure it doesn't go up too high, so you come down that way. It needs to be straight. So I would probably look in the mirror, and if you're really truly wanting slow motion, and then look at it and feel your elbow get to the right spot. Boom, 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 and just work it. Make sure that wrist is nice and straight, nice tight fists, so your brain can see what it needs to do. So then when it comes to board breaks, bag work, I mean, even sparring, if you're doing competition sparring, it's good to have a good proper punch, so you're not wrecking your fingers up. Let me see, did I forget anything? We got the hook. Make sure elbow's tight, straight, wrist is straight. Make sure that you don't come too close to you, because that loses power, and you're just gonna, hopefully the target's going to be out here a little bit, but keep your hooks out a little bit more. Come through the whole body. Okay, follow through. Everything needs to come in. Bam. Okay. You're just not hitting with your shoulder and your arm. You're actually bringing your whole body into it. Okay. That's where you're going to get that power. Bring that whole body, twist it. I'll make another video and break everything down with like the proper body motions of your punches as well. Okay. So yeah. So stay tuned for that one. I think I got it. If you guys feel like I missed something, go ahead and comment down below. Yeah. Train hard, train smart. See you in the next one.